traditional Japanese off-roader. The 2011 Toyota 4Runner, re-innovated, redesigned, ready for off-roading, ready for gearing, ready for snowboarding. It's ready for anything you want to take it on, so jump in. Back with the 2011 4Runner, we're going to show you the engine here. Very nice, very nice. It's going to be about close to 300 horsepower, not quite there, but it's still going to be better than some of its competitors. And what you want to know out of this V6 is that it does get 1723. Toyota's made a very, very, very economical engine here. It works well for off-roading, but at the same time, it's going to be great on your wallet because MPG's great here. It's going to be also the same engine found in the Lexus RX. Exterior appeal on the 2011 4Runner is pretty nice. 20-inch wheels. And you know, on off-roaders, you want to upgrade the wheels, but here we don't have to. 20-inch wheels, looking great, slate gray with silver, very nice. Obviously, with an off-roader, you got a shorter windshield and a longer hood that's going to give you that truck-like feel, which not only performs well here, but it looks great. Chrome accents on the side for the Limited, very nice. Running boards, a nice option to get there, and then all 4Runners come stock with the roof rack. It's a pretty good combination here. It looks phenomenal for an off-roader. We know the 4Runner is pretty appealing from the exterior. Well, let's take a look at the interior here. Pull this big door open. As you can see, leather is standard in the Limited model. It is going to be an option for you in the SR5. But here we have a Limited, and you've got that nice leather seating. As you can see, the console, it's not wood. And the steering wheel, it doesn't have wood on it, but it's this like silvery type material, and it's pretty cool looking. It's well outfitted for off-roading. Everything in here can get wet. 6-speed automatic transmission, as always, very nice. Shiftable. 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low, as well as 2-wheel drive, so that's a good option there, so you can still keep your MPG up. Obviously, everything's automatic, auto mirrors, stuff like that. And we've got traction control, hill descent control. It's got a pretty nice sunroof. Very well equipped for an off-roader. You're not going to see this in most cars. Now the stereo. Stereo is very good quality. It's a JBL. You got auxiliary input standard on every model. You've got this button here, which I think is kind of cool. It's called party mode. You push it in, and what do you know? System comes out of the back, perfect for tailgating. This is your ideal off-roader. Now let's take a look at the rear. Back in the rear of this Toyota 4Runner, it's pretty astounding the amount of cargo room you have. And a lot of legroom, which is important. Look at this. Look at this. You could fit 3 kids in this. Amazing. Just staggering performance by Toyota to make such a well-outfitted interior for hauling around kids and gear and whatever you need. Ideal family car. Back in the boot of this Toyota 4Runner, it's pretty amazing the amount of cargo room you have. Also want you to walk around and just take a look at the back appeal of the Toyota 4Runner. Tow hitch is standard, which is important on an off-roader. So let's open this boot up and see what we got. Oh, and what do you know? Not all Toyota 4Runners come standard with a teenager in the back, but let's take a look at what does come standard. As I was telling you earlier, we got a subwoofer here by JBL. Astounding amount of cargo room, and this is a neat little feature right here. Slides out. Absolutely perfect for tailgating. This is an ideal tailgating car. Slide that back in, and as you can see, the seats will fold down, so it gives you plenty of cargo room. Just another great way to utilize the room in this Toyota 4Runner. You got speakers up top here, just to let you know that, and that's what I was talking about earlier for party mode. Hi, I'm Nick Reitzel, and we're back in the 2011 Toyota 4Runner. About to show you a few more features, and then take it for a quick test drive. First thing we want to talk about that this car has that the competitors just don't have, so many car companies have gotten rid of this, is the back window rolls down, which is a neat feature if you've got dogs or if you've got extra gear that's sticking out. It will go in this car, which is a great, awesome feature. We've got some other features. You've got SOS safety control that I wanted to talk about. You've got a backup cam here. You've got sweet gauges that are much different from just standard analog gauges, which just makes this car, it gives it some character and some personality, which is cool. So I'm going to start this thing up. And you might have noticed when I started that up that it was a push start. Comes with this. This is the key fob. You don't have to put it in. You can keep it in your pocket, which is pretty cool. So we're just going to take it for a quick little test drive here. Not going to be doing any off-roading or anything, but We'll show you how it performs on the road because that's the concern of most people buying the 4Runner. Now, in my opinion, the 4Runner drives much better on the road than a Jeep Wrangler or an Xterra or a Grand Cherokee even would. And that's what makes this car special, is that it's a 2-for-1. You can use it as a commuter or you can use it off-road. It's well outfitted for off-road, 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, hill descent control, you name it, it's got it. Ready to roll. Which is strong. But there are a few downsides with having that off-road feel, and that comes along with having a shorter windshield, so the visibility isn't great. It's got a little bit more body roll in the turns, and it's just not as luxurious on the inside. You don't see any wood in here, you don't see navigation, you don't see any of that standard in this car. Which for some of you, that might be a problem. That this isn't going to be your Lexus RX. This isn't going to be your Mercedes M-Class. As you can see, if I punch it a little bit, the engine starts to whine. You know, it's an off-roader. It's going to have those characteristics, which might turn a few of you away from the 4Runner, which is okay. Another thing you want to talk about is the turning radius. When you're driving this car, check the turning radius on it because it's not as good as your typical SUV. It's still going to have that truck-like feel that some of you may just not want in your car. However, with these downsides to the off-roader, a few things prevail in the 4Runner, one of which is safety. I know if you're looking at this car, you probably have some kids, you probably are going to be hauling around a lot of passengers, and this car does it, and it performs safely. 5 or 4 stars in every category except for rollover, which is 3, but the rollover is still better than a Jeep Wrangler or an Xterra of that sort. So that's a great feature. Miles per gallon, 17 in the city, 23 on the highway, which is strong for an off-roader, and which is just strong in general for a car of this size. You know? It's a very well-built car. But the best part about this car is not one of the single features that would be made in this model. It wasn't one made in the 2007 or the 2004 model. It's the reliability. This car is super reliable, and it's going to be a car that you want to keep in your family for maybe even 15 plus years. We see 95 4Runners on the road. We see 98s on the road. We see the 06 model on the road. We see all across the board because they're reliable, because people keep them for at least 100,000 miles. And a few of them you'll see on the market have 300,000 plus, and that's not abnormal for the 4Runner. It's a very strong and reliable car, which is what you need. One last thing I want to cover in the Toyota 4Runner is the resale value. A lot of you may be concerned because you know that you're going to go out there and you're going to buy it, you're not going to lease it, and you're going to buy it and you're going to want to keep it for a long time, and you don't want it to be worth $5,000 when you're finished. This car outperforms most of the competition in resale value. It has been ranked the top 10 for quite some time for resale value. You see a lot that are on the market a lot more expensive than you'd think, and that's why most of you are going to want to buy this car new. To conclude with this 2011 Toyota 4Runner, I'd like to touch on a few things. First, this car is excellent for whatever you want to do with it. It's good as a daily commuter, it's good as an off-roader. One of the things that I think makes this car special versus other cars is that you can take it both off-road and you can take it to work every day because it doesn't have loud road noise and it doesn't get horrible gas mileage. It's a solid car, a great design, a great engine, and Toyota, we congratulate you on how well you did with this car. Alright guys, I'm ready to go have some fun in this 4Runner. See you later.